What's up, everybody? This is For the Crew. This is Nate. I got Raya and Matt with me today. We're going to be previewing Nashville. We're going to be talking about some former Crew players who have been having some extracurricular activity. And we have a new soccer team in Ohio. So let's jump into it. Guys, news broke. Let's see here. It's Tuesday. News broke yesterday, Monday, about Yeboah and Derrick Jones getting into some shenanigans. What are you guys' general thoughts on that? Because I thought when the news first broke, I thought it was kind of funny, but then I was like, nah, that's not good for like American sports in general. So that was my first thought, but what do you guys think?
It's for first thing for me. It's disappointing seeing Crew players be the ones doing it. Obviously they're both not with the team anymore, but when it was happening was when they were playing with the Crew. Well, I think Yeboah, a part of it was with LAFC as well, but it's just kind of dumb. They're already making plenty of money. They don't need to be doing illegal stuff to make more. It just comes across to me as stupid.
It's not the first time players too make this mistake. Like you saw it with, we all follow European games too, and we saw it with a bunch of players getting banned and things like that. And it feels weird that like it's not something that seems to be slowing down. Like you would think the more people get caught for this kind of stuff and it happens like over time, the less it's happening, but I don't know. I guess people don't care. And I don't know. Yeah, it makes me wonder what like drives like being a professional player, like what drives you wanting to do something like this. Like I mean, you make money, you could sit on the bench and make a ton of money. I don't get it.
Well, without getting into like the psychology of addiction, I think a lot of it with these guys is it's mainly two things. It's ego.
Yeah.
And then the chase of the thrill. Like at the core of a gambling addiction, it's the win. It's not the money. It's the constant dopamine from winning is what causes the addiction. But then you lose sight of how much you lose. So
it's also interesting being though like the player on the field doing it because they're betting on things like, oh, I'm going to get this amount of yellow cards or something like
Derrick
that.
Jones
like
bet on himself getting a yellow card.
Right. It's different from like if we go bet on a game, we're chasing a almost different kind of thrill. Like, you know what I mean?
So
if
then,
we weren't embedded.
Yeah, so then it's a different psychology of like getting caught. Like,
right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in control of my own destiny kind of thing. So I don't really question much why professional athletes do it. I think it's dumb because if gambling is something that you do as a hobby and you do it in a healthy, responsible way, then by all means go for it. But like, as if you're a professional athlete doing it, you're ultimately going to ruin it for the average person because it creates more regulations, it creates more stipulations, and then you ruin the integrity of the league. So the fans that don't gamble, it's like, all right, is that a legitimate game or not? Like that yellow card we talked about from Saturday night's game, like, is Tori Penso corrupt now because of that yellow card that we just don't understand?
Yeah.
So
and I don't. Like, we're not even saying she is, but it creates the question.
Like, it is a permanent question, whether it's soccer, basketball, baseball, football, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a permanent question of, is what I'm watching legitimate?
Yeah.
Are the random occurrences actually random? And I don't know. It's a slippery slope for sports to have it keep coming up, whether it's yellow cards or point shaving or whatever have you. On a side note with this, I think it's hilarious that Polymarket is now.
I was just about to bring that up.
Is now a partner with MLS.
Yep.
They're not even legal in the US.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not like so.
Right. Yeah.
It's
very strange.
I really don't understand sports leagues getting in bed with sports betting. Like it doesn't. It feels like it's
It
a conflict of interest.
yeah,
It does, right?
ultimately it
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where it's like a cause and effect. If you can get a guy who's not going to spend $50 to go to an MLB game, but he's chasing the win of a bet,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to spend money to go to that MLB game and then put money on the game. So, and if he can't go to the game, he's going to watch the game, so you're going to get viewership.
So one of the reasons is like community engagement, and it just feels like such a like vague thing to say as like a reasoning to make
It
that kind of
is,
partnership. Like
it is, but it's one of those things that it drives it, because there are people that I know that will watch a Western Conference NHL game. They have no rooting interest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they bet on one guy to get so many shots on goal. And it's like, all right, you degenerate, go to bed. Like, if you don't have a rooted.
Fantasy, like I'm not spending money, but I'm like, hey, I'm only paying attention to this game because I want to see how this player does. And
Yeah. And I see fantasy a little different because you're not putting your actual money on it.
There's no money involved. Yeah.
And it feels more of like you're playing yourself in fantasy kind of thing, because it's like, okay, how much do I actually know about this player? Newsflash to me, I don't know anything because my fantasy season's going terrible. But no, it's one of those things where it's just people engage in stuff that they normally wouldn't engage in, and these leagues only see dollar signs, and then apparently the players do too, from their contracts to betting on sports and everything else in between. So
Yeah.
it's, to me, it's sad. I will say this though, as a Crew fan, it does not tarnish the goal that Yeboah scored in 23.
No.
Mainly because it was the assist is what we remember.
His assist was insane. Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that he put effort into the team when he was on the field. It to me, it's disappointing that his headspace wasn't there for competitive reasons 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I am curious with Derrick Jones. We didn't see him at all during the second half of the season last year. I'm wondering if the team knew something and they knew his contract was running out, so they just were like, you know what, we're gonna let it ride.
he was probably under like investigation or something. I mean,
that's what I think, because MLS is so tight-lipped in the media that even if they were investigating it, I don't think we would have heard anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's sad. I'm not happy that the Crew was in the realm of the center of it, but I'm glad that they got instant punishment, because I feel like it's, if you don't do it timely enough, then it becomes a bigger problem.
Yep. Yeah,
and giving the lifetime bans, it was the right move. Sets an example.
Yeah. Let's move on from that, because that whole topic it just sucks.
But it's
yeah.
It was I don't know, it wasn't a big story. It was just like, oh wow, this is MLS news. Shoot. So we got Nashville coming up. They have a very interesting week ahead of them, because they're starting the what round is it of Champions Cup?
16, I think.
Yes, it is a round of 16, and they're playing Miami, which I hate this because they're playing, I think I texted you guys, they're playing Miami a minimum of 5 times over the next 7 months.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's going to be a lot.
So
it has been a lot in the past few years too.
Yeah, they have that tomorrow night at 7, starting at home. So do you guys think we're going to see their best 11 on Saturday?
Mostly?
Yes.
I'll say mostly.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say maybe one or two rotations, but mostly the
yeah. I would assume from both sides, honestly.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
So how do you feel going into this game? They have
Can I say something immediately?
Yes.
Listen, so there's been 3 games?
Yeah.
Surge only played 2 of those games, and this dude already has 4 goals. Like, I don't I don't I don't
And that's
is
the
there
amount of
anything
goals
else
that
to
we
say?
have on the season.
We need Surge. We got to keep Surge quiet, or he has to not play somehow for us this to even be a game. That's in my head right now. But and then obviously, Mukhtar's playing well. I think he has 1 goal. I don't know how many assists have been where the assists have been coming in from though from their team, but it's just not feeling. They look strong starting off. They beat one Western team, so that and Matt, you said
One
there
of
was only
only
2
2
Eastern
teams that
teams.
have done it. Yeah.
Right. And I know it's different. It's like we're gonna be home. There's always an element of like hope when you're home. We have a decent crowd, like we have a decent fan base that gets excited about games. But a team like Chicago, it should have been handled at home. Even if it was a 1-0 win, it should have been handled. And we got tested on the road already early, and that was a rough way to start the season, but we got kind of thrown in the cauldron fast.
Yeah.
And that should have told a lot about like how our team was going to work together. And now we're about to have back-to-back home games, one we failed to win in. This one feels to me like it's going to go even more the opposite way and be a loss at home.
I will say this is definitely the best team we've come across so far in the short season we've had. I think
Yeah.
I think Chicago at the point we played them was the best team that we've played, and now it's Nashville.
A harder team in my in my opinion at least. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think honestly, I think Nashville is going to be one of the favorites for MLS Cup this year.
That's funny because I think I had them I had them dropping off from their last season.
I mean, you never know. Teams ebb and flow in MLS all the time.
I forgot. I'm not even gonna lie though. When I first made that prediction, I like completely forgot Surge existed, and then I got reminded this season. Yeah, exactly. Well, so yeah,
and they improved their team this year too. And
yeah, they did.
Yeah, and
they're if I remember correctly, their defense was not great last year. And it felt like on the defensive midfield side of the ball, they were even weaker than their back line.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking at their last starting 11 against, who was it? Minnesota.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, and they got rid of, who's the guy they sent over to LAFC? Schaffelberg. Mm-hmm. And they got rid of Walker Zimmerman. And they replaced them with Espinoza and Woledzi, and I think those are both upgrades. And
Espinoza has a goal already.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at this.
And Espinoza,
how do you say Madrigal or Madrigal? I don't know how you actually say his name, but he also has a goal already. I'm just like they've got goals coming from multiple places.
That's the thing. Like, that's the thing the issue that I have with the crew right now is if Yeboah Aliyu or Rossi are not on it, we're not scoring goals. And
I know we're talking about Nashville, but does it feel to you guys that like our goals sort of come in a weirdly like linear way? It's like if a certain like sequence doesn't happen, it's just there's not even going to be a chance at a goal. Almost feels like it has to go from point like A, B, C, and almost the same way always, and then maybe there's going to be a goal at the end of that.
I would
doesn't feel like dynamic, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Like I don't know.
I would say most of the time, yes, because if we go back to 23 and 24, one of the things that made Cucho so potent is that he was anywhere and everywhere all at once. So they weren't really looking for that extra pass. And then all of a sudden he leaves. And then last year, I personally saw a lot of, well, you guys saw the heat map that I sent in the Discord, but it was play the ball out of the back and then send it off to Arston. He takes it to the corner and then he step over, passes, and then all of a sudden we turn the ball over.
Yeah. or hope that it goes right. And it's like
they are guaranteeing on that extra pass being what generates the goal. But when defenses sag and then they start playing off the ball, it clogs every passing lane. So
Yeah.
without having a creator on the team, they are looking for that ABC junction to get the goal scored. They don't have a creator when it comes down to it.
My issue in looking at this Nashville team is it's very readable to play that way, obviously. Like once you figure it out, it's just like, okay, let's just clog, like you're saying, clog this area. They're gonna turn it over. They can basically wait for us to make a mistake. Now I will say this, Abu Ali, he definitely moves around a lot and stuff like that. Like it's not like he's just stationary and
At
like
that 9 spot, yeah.
right, he is moving around a lot. It's just still a different profile of player where it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know if really we're expecting him to like hold up the ball more or something, but he plays differently
on the last
yeah.
episode, and I sent it to you, Raya, about the creator thing that even Nate just mentioned. But like,
yeah,
we really don't have one. And
yeah,
I mean, the closest thing we have is Shambo, and he's injured right now. And
yeah.
and he's
and that
not
is noticeable that he's injured a little bit. So.
It is, but he's not an elite MLS playmaker.
No.
He's a serviceable playmaker. And it's just weird because honestly, I don't remember the last time the Crew didn't have a creator on the team. Like I know when it was. It was, like I said, it was 2011. But I don't whenever I think of the Crew, I always think of, oh, here's the guy who's going to get 10 goals, 10 assists every year. Whether it's Scalotto or Zarayan or Cucho or Higuain or whoever else it is.
We've always had a creator that like actually carries the team in a way.
Yeah. Well, and they don't even
or
have
at least
to carry
makes
the
other
team.
people better.
Exactly.
Yeah, at least
That's
makes
what
other
I was
people
gonna say.
better.
They elevate the team. And I don't see anyone elevating the players around them right now. And that's an issue.
I don't. Do you guys think that's like this specific thing about a creator is on the radar of the team, or do you not? Do you guys think it's like just almost like it's not actually something that's thought about, like filling that kind of role?
Well, we can pivot for a second from the Nashville game and kind of talk about that with
It kind of relates to the Nashville game, but yeah.
Yeah, because we saw that Akhundzada and Gomes are at training now.
Yeah.
And we also traded Aliyu back to Houston, so we opened up a U22 roster spot. Maybe I think the only options for that U22 spot is find a creative player or find a center back. I think that's the spots that we need. But I do hope that those two guys can actually bring a spark to the team, and I think they can. I just don't know how quickly, because with Nancy, if a new player came in, he didn't start getting real minutes for another month. I don't think that's going to be the same thing with Rudstrom.
And when did they land into training?
Say it louder, Nate.
We started Stadish last game. I think we're going to see Gomes the first chance to give it a go.
Yeah.
So they landed into the training. What day of the week was that?
The pictures were posted today.
Okay, so do we see them against Nashville, or will we see them the next game?
I'd be very surprised if we don't at least see them on the bench.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised, honestly.
If you guys want to, I want to talk more about Nashville though, because like
yeah. I just was saying, like, you're asking about if the creator is
I know. Kind of, because that kind of was a good point to get to with that is like so you guys both know I've doubted this team before because they've gone through like their slumps of like being weird and then they'll just suddenly become insane. What are your honest thoughts about them? I know it's early in this season. What do you think about this Nashville roster currently?
I think they're
top 3 in MLS.
Yeah, I think especially offensively, it's a top 3 team in the league.
Okay.
I'd probably put LAFC, Miami, and Nashville as the teams that I would be like, I'm scared of them coming up against our defense.
Our defense was solid last game.
It was solid against Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the weirdest positive. I didn't even think I would.
It was
see
almost
that
at the
happen
detriment
with
to our offense, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Better improvement though, but yeah,
we just need to find that balance now. We're not too worried about only sitting back, but also when we do go forward, we're not getting caught on the break.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also
I think one of the big things.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, you good.
One of the things is, so we talked about Nashville's defense and how it improved. One of the players that has really been the catalyst of that has been how do you say his name? Jason Palacios.
Palacios, yeah.
Palacios.
I probably butchered that. I apologize. But so they brought him in last season.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find, was he a free transfer or
I am not sure.
I
didn't keep track of their transfers in and out.
Anyway, they brought him in,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be, because I keep up on Nashville a little bit because I love Sam Surridge. If you guys haven't figured that out. He was supposed to be, I don't want to say a full-on game changer, but he was supposed to be kind of the anchor on defense at center back.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just mid last year. There was nothing remarkable about it.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking at his stats from last season compared to the first 4 games of this year, it is a night and day difference. He is a lockdown defender at this point through the first 4 games.
They have a complete team.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the biggest thing is now that their defenders are actually performing, because you have him in the center back, and then you have Najar on the
right.
What's he play, right back?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it opens up the midfield so much more that Mukhtar and Yazbek and Tegseth will have actual space to maneuver. And I think that changes their
too.
Yeah, and I think that will change their scoring dynamic. Tegseth is one of those guys that I hate playing against, but I really wish he was on our team.
I would love for him to be a crew player. That guy he's one of my favorite players to watch because he does exactly what we're missing with the crew, which is he just pesters. He's like Aiden Morris.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I hate playing against him. I'm just what you said, but if we had him on our team, he might be my favorite player on the team. Yeah.
So I think it's like you said, Matt. They're just a complete team. Their goalkeeper is a MLS NEXT Pro guy that came up this year.
Wait. He was NEXT Pro and he came up and they trusted him.
Yep. Yeah. Very Schulte.
Man, we could learn something. Yeah, but we could still learn some things from that, honestly.
Well, we can talk about that too, because there's a lot to do with that.
So, but I mean, with Surridge and Mukhtar and now Espinosa's performing, it's just they're just a complete team, and it's what you need in MLS to perform at various points in the season. Mm-hmm. Going back to what we're talking about with MLS Cup favorites, though, it's so hard for me to say who and who is not a favorite because that World Cup break is going to be looming large.
Yep.
And we could see Nashville top of the standings in June, and then all of a sudden they collapse because they had this month and a half break.
Yeah.
So, and we could see the crew
do the opposite.
Draw after draw and then go on a run, you know?
Yeah.
So,
yep.
I'll stand by my prediction so far. I actually feel like I started off in an okay spot.
I had Nashville finishing second in the East.
Hey, that's a good shout with how they are right now. I have them the opposite way. I think I have them not even making the playoffs or something. Watch, bro. Watch. It's gonna be Surge injury, Mukhtar injury, and then it's gonna be like, oh, they can't do anything.
Bro, you are killing me right now with all this
predicting like
slander.
Like a million IQ finish to the league. But actually, Nate, this is unrelated to what we're talking about. But when you get a chance to see what I actually put, you're probably gonna laugh so hard. My rankings are so ridiculous.
I can't wait.
They're so ridiculous.
And I'm even looking at their roster now too. Like even behind the starting lineup, they traded to get Baker Whiting from Seattle.
That's a smart trade. Like
they have Jack Mayer, who's been there for a while. They've got Brian Acosta. Like they have a solid roster, and they have a lot of guys who on other teams might be playing in a starting lineup role, but they're on the bench. And
it's always a great spot to be in.
That's when you know you have a good roster.
Yeah.
And like that's how the Crew was in like 2023. You're like people would come on and be like, okay, we know
like we're fine. Yeah. exactly.
I don't feel that way right now with our roster. I mean honestly, it might change a lot when these Akhundzada and Gomes kind of get integrated into the team. But like we've the last 2 games we've not used all our subs.
I'm curious too. What's the point of signing a kid to like a first team contract and then not even immediately loaning them either? Like just not using them. Like I don't understand the appeal of that.
Didn't we talk about this in our private chat at one point, Matt, with the rules in MLS NEXT Pro where you're guaranteed a first team contract at some point?
Yeah, we shouldn't get too far into that.
I know, I don't like it
because
I think the reason I really brought it up.
Yeah.
I only brought it up because I'm like, if like let's say we're 5-10 games deep and things are still looking grim, it's like at this point, like just try some like anybody else. Like
at this point we are right now. Say next game, give Owen Prestis 20 minutes. Like
let Chase Adams try and play striker. Like seriously, like why not?
Yeah.
Like because
I watched the Crew 2 game this past weekend.
Yeah, how was it?
Quinton Elliott looked great. Chase Adams was solid. I mean, like Elliott played, Adams played, Brown played, Prestis played. Truder was in goal. Like it's all these guys we just signed to the first team, and they're just going back down to play for the second team again.
And then it takes away from other people trying to play at the second team level. It's like, what is the? I don't understand the reason. Like,
I don't know. It's a weird thing because I'm just like, if you don't think they're ready, leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of me thinks they're just afraid some other team will come for them. But then if that's the case, then they're obviously good enough players. Yeah. So anyway, my only reason bringing that up was like, let's see somebody else if it's not looking good. And this might be a hard litmus test because obviously Nashville is in a lot better form than we are right now.
Yeah.
But it's the second home game. We got to get something at home. Like we got to give the fans at home a win.
Yeah.
And like this would be a really good win for us. Like if we got this one, it's like okay, we were able to beat a team like Nashville.
Oh yeah, if they win this week in any fashion and then go and crap themselves against Toronto, it's like, all right, we got things to work on, but the season's not lost 4 weeks into the year.
Yeah, right now there's no level of hope given to anyone watching these games right now.
I wouldn't even say hope. There's just no confidence. Like
that's the issue for me is like the drive just doesn't look like it's there.
Yeah, I'm not even confident to be confident enough to have no hope.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you. I definitely.
When I was walking out of the game this past weekend, I was just thinking, like, I'm not even, and I think it's because of the apathy almost, but like, I wasn't even mad. I was just, I was just like disappointed.
Disappointed, right? Yeah. That's kind of how I felt even watching it. Like when I was watching it, I'm just like, I'm just sitting there. Like there was no reactions out of me. I wasn't getting excited about anything. I wasn't being even that sad about anything. It was more like, what am I actually watching? Like,
I will say this.
Yeah.
And then I have a question for you guys. So Cucho was obviously the heart of the team. And then Nagby was this isn't a knock on him, and I hope you guys understand the context, not you guys, but the listeners. Nagby was the silent leader. And then they're both gone. So I feel like the team, I don't want to say they don't care because that's not true, but you don't get this feeling that they would get like, I feel like Abu Ali was more frustrated with himself than the result of the match. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's a cool observation, actually. I probably didn't really think of it like that.
You don't have the stoic, poetic speaker on the sideline anymore. It's like, all right, guys, show some emotion, like get mad or something. Like,
does that mean you think that the team feels like, and this is probably just 100% true anyway, but the team feels like it's playing as individuals and not necessarily a team? It's like everyone's just focusing on their own game, kind of.
Yeah, but I don't want to chalk it up to that because we do have a new coach. We do have new players that are trying to mesh as a team.
Mm-hmm.
We have a forward that's trying to stay healthy for, well, we're 4 games into the season this Saturday. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, it just feels like they're individuals that are trying to play as a team, but they haven't meshed. And then you have a new coach and you're trying to perform well enough to stay in the starting 11. But like at some point, you just got to show that you care to the fans.
Mm.
And you guys, this has nothing to do with, well, it has kind of to do with what you're talking about. But at one point during the game, I don't know if they showed it on the screen, Raya, but at the game, at one point, I saw Abu Ali motion to the Nordeca trying to like hype him up, and it didn't really work.
I don't remember seeing it, but I'm sure I could believe that happening.
Like I saw him do it, and I expected the volume to raise a little bit, but it didn't really. And
that can tell you 2 things, right? That can tell you the fan base. Actually, no, I think it really only tells you one thing. And it's kind of what Nate was saying. I don't even think the fan base had a reason to get excited. Like,
yeah,
and that's sad to say. And like, generally, you still can spur on your fan base regardless of what's happening in the game, right? If you're a player that like people get behind and things like that. But it honestly just says so much. And I think almost all of what Nate was just saying, almost that moment probably encapsulates that well, honestly. It's like you got a player who's your big striker trying to spur you on and nobody responds. Like at home against Chicago. Like it's 0-0, by the way. So it's not like you're losing. And they still have no reason to feel excited. Like that's crazy. So yeah.
It felt like the fans at one point, we all collectively just decided that we were there because we paid for 90 minutes of soccer.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
Is that too harsh to say?
No, I get it.
It's not hard. It's not too hard. Just the reality of what's.
That's what I was saying. It's kind of the reality of the situation right now. Like,
yeah,
I would even feel like the fans would get behind the team more if, even if we lost or tied, if there was some excitement to our game.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it doesn't really.
We don't even
like
play
right
that
now,
kind of brand right now.
We don't play a brand. We don't play an exciting brand, and that's been like a hallmark of Crew Soccer is we're exciting to watch, and it feels like, at least so far this year, it really hasn't been.
Well, it's one of the things that sent Porter packing. Like, the first part of Porter's coaching tenure here versus the second part was night and day of like watchability, you know? And we're, I feel like you're right, but also there's an aspect of it where it just ebbs and flows, and it feels like we've just kind of went straight down.
Yeah, ever since I don't think last year.
Yeah, I don't think there's been one particular thing that has pointed to it. It's just been a trend that I've mentioned multiple times on this. You guys have too. It's like even when Kucha was still here in the second half of the season, we were starting to see this weird change. but it wasn't
Mhm.
like it wasn't a terrible at that time because it was like we still got this team, and then it just felt like slowly over time things one after another
Yeah.
started just making it go more that direction. So now it's like
Yeah.
very obvious the spot that we're in right now.
I think
so.
a big part of it has been a player leaves and we don't do a good job of bringing in a comparable player to that person who left. And so
If ever.
there'll be a small drop when that player leaves, another small drop when the next player leaves, another small drop when the next player leaves. But we haven't. Who's the last player that we've brought in that's made a major impact?
Major
Yeah, who's been like, this guy is a.
Chombo? Isn't that crazy to say?
What would you call? Yeah, like I
Because
don't
it's
even know
not.
if
It's
I'd
not
call
that
it a
major.
major
Yeah.
impact. Like maybe I might even say big impact, but I don't like in terms of a
In
guy
terms
who,
of
like,
who he replaced, it wasn't even close. Like you know
a
what I
player
mean?
who you
Yeah.
put who's
Yeah.
on the field and you're like, I am confident that this player will do well. The whole team might not do well, but
Maybe
this guy will do
maybe
well.
Nah.
Rossi,
Yeah.
Rossi,
Well.
I'll give you Rossi.
Yeah. Yeah.
because there
And
was a
that was
big question mark when Zellaran left.
Yeah.
and when did Rossi come in?
It was summer
was-
of 23.
Wasn't it like
23?
right? It was pretty quickly after that. After
Uh-huh.
Villarreal left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that was a whole confusing thing itself too. We were like, "What's going on?"
If you're saying major impact,
There hasn't been anyone yet. Like, not that I can.
none that I'm like,
specifically
yeah,
point to.
he changed the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Nothing
don't know.
that.
I don't.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't want it to
too
sound
far
like
into that.
yeah, I don't want it to sound like we're
Understand,
dogging
yeah.
on the team. That's
Yeah.
not.
No.
the
It's
thing.
more of
Yeah,
just it's more of just disappointment in how it's going right now. And
Yeah, and it's
That's
the
the
fact
thing.
that we have this
Yeah.
giant or this possible giant coming here on Saturday.
Right, and
that
at the end
is-
of the day, too, it's not even really dogging the player. The players are not at fault for this necessarily. It's
Yeah.
more like the whole organization is like. It's
It
more
just
like
feels
the
kinda
mindset.
broken.
Like, where is the mindset? Is the mindset on getting this team back to winning in strong ways, or is it something else that we don't see?
Yeah, it's a little bit about what we talked about last summer, where it was like there's just no clear direction. Like
Yeah.
it'd be a lot easier to digest watching a boring game, knowing that we're gonna suck because we're working on bringing up our academy players.
Right. I would love
No,
to
I
know
mean,
that.
that's-
Yeah, I would
think
love
that's
that.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
there's-
Yeah.
How many players played against Chicago that didn't get big minutes last year? I mean, other than
Was
Camacho
Hebrew-
because he was injured.
Does Habrun count?
Bruin towards the second half of last
I
year.
don't think he
started getting
counts.
minutes.
Yeah, I don't think he counts really. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
there's nobody who's come in to like shake things
Sadich?
up.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. Like, I'm not. And that's not
No.
me dogging on Sadich. Sadich is a role player. He's not a starter. Like,
No, and I think
That still made me laugh. Though. No, I
But I
get
mean,
it.
you're right.
yeah,
I will say this: we got to talk about Schulte for a second and give him a little bit of props. We talked
Dude,
about him on.
He's
so
such
good.
a beast when he
Sunday.
wants to be.
he's so good. He was so good.
When
against
he wants
Chicago.
to be a beast, he's a beast. Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, where is that every week?
yeah.
I would love it. I would love it.
I'm hoping this is a corner turn for him because the World Cup's in just a few months, and he needs to
I
make that
will
roster.
say, so
Yeah,
there's this
speaking
thing
of
with
that,
hockey. There's a thing with hockey where fans talk about the defense plays better in front of one goalie versus the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a mental thing. Like you trust the defenseman better.
Yep.
I think that Schulte is a better goalkeeper with Moreira and Camacho in front of him, not because of what they do, but because he has the mindset and the space to do what he needs to do.
I feel it.
I think that is kind of what they do because not a lot of people talk about this, but there really is a partnership between the goalkeeper and the CBs too. It's like
Yeah.
he has very good reason to trust those two, and
Oh,
they have
yeah.
very good reason to trust him. So I do think I actually probably agree with you. I was a huge doubt on Camacho if he'd even play this season, but like he's been solid so far.
Yeah.
Like
He hasn't really.
our defense. This is the least shaky our defense has looked in a long time with him back in it, which is crazy. But yeah, that was a very big surprise for me this season.
So here's the big question.
Yep. I have one
And
question
Matt,
after this too.
okay. We'll just say Sejdic and all,
Yeah.
same starting 11 that we had on Saturday.
Yep.
Starts again. What does this team need to do to beat Nashville?
Attack. We have to have an attack because I think our defense might be okay. But the thing is like we would have to outscore them in that situation because I think they would still break our defense down. Yeah, we would have to.
I think Arfston and Herrera need to be better.
I agree. Mm-hmm. Arfston has been disappointing so far this season, and that's my boy. You guys know it.
If they can get on their game and get the ball in the box for Yeboah Ali, we'll score goals.
Yeah.
They haven't been great so far this year. Hey, Herrera particularly did not have a great game against Chicago.
Farsi is like still on an injury list or something.
Farsi
right?
and Shambo are projected to be back at the end of the month.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since Farsi's played a game.
Who knows about Farsi?
Which would be nice.
I feel like he's had a few different projections, but
well, the weird thing with players like Farsi that disappear though is like he might just be on another team at the end of him coming back from injury. Like who actually knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good for them though because we have that international break at the end of March, or is it Open Cup?
I think it's international because we have the whole last week of March.
So if they're projected to be back at the end of the month, then we only have 2 more games between now and them being healthy. So that's a win for us. I think for me, my key to the game is they just need to be more solid in the midfield. They showed a lot of improvement on Saturday against Chicago, but like Raya said, we need to get the ball forward, and I think that starts with the midfield. Yeah. And we just got to figure out how to play without Nagbe, without Morris, without Shambo.
It seems like we tried to like pretty much avoid the midfield and just go down the wings. And
that's the thing. Like
that's sad.
It's
kind of yeah.
It's that symptom of those 3 players just not being there at all, and we got to figure out how to play with one of them and especially all of them.
I think there's a certain style you can play, though. I think so. Another issue I think is there's still some tactical tweaking going on. So, I mean, there is a style you can play where you basically just bypass the midfield, but there's like obviously if we have the players to do it, if the players even want to play that way, it's like there's a lot of ways to play.
That will ever be a part of like Brew ethos at all.
Yeah. Because we don't really play super direct.
No, we don't.
It would be nice, but
yeah,
when we need to, But yeah, better option really is to just get the midfielders that are confident in the midfield, and these players that we got maybe, but I don't know.
Fully healthy team. What's your center midfield pairing?
We have to see the new guys play, like. Because I would be inclined to say both new dudes in the midfield. I would be inclined to say that. Yeah, and Gomes.
And Gomes. Yeah.
Yeah, but
see, my thing.
I don't know yet.
There's 2 things. One, are we staying with a back 5, or are we gonna move to a back 4 at some point?
Yeah, because there's Zawadzki is another.
And then
piece.
If we do move to a back 4, Zawadzki's where do we put him?
Right, which would mean if that happened though, and Zawadzki played in the midfield, then I'd move Gomes to the bench. That's how I'd do it. I'd have him come on as like that solid guy who has experience if we need it, but I wouldn't start him over Zawadzki.
Nate,
I would agree with that. I think I would really like to see a back 4 with Zawadzki as a center defensive mid, and then
like
I would have to see
4-3-3 kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Here's the other issue, though. Who plays next to Camacho? Because right now, Camacho's proving he has to start.
And that's the thing. In a back 4, do you play Moreira?
Oh, Moreira. That's fair.
I would say so.
Yeah, I think he could do it. I think he's a different profile of a CB, but I think he has the work rate and stuff to get back and things like that if he needs to.
Yeah, I think Moreira as a CB, even though he hasn't really played that traditionally over the last 3 years, Moreira as a CB versus Chiberko is just safer.
I trust him more.
But the thing is like
Do we like
Chaperko,
that?
he's had some terrible games as a starter, but he's serviceable as a sub.
Yeah.
So if you can get them playing in those roles, there you give him a better chance at succeeding at that. Like, all right, Chaperko, we need you to play 15 minutes of solid center back play in a back four. Like, let's see what
With
you
the
can
back
do in
four
that
though,
situation.
I don't think I would have any issue with who plays on the right side, but on the left
I was
side,
about to say, do we
that's the
move
question.
Emerson out? Or
I almost think he has to play there, and
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
I
'Cause it's
don't
not like
like
he's-
Arston in a back four.
yeah, I don't want to put
Yeah.
Arston in the back four. He
Yeah.
had to play winger or something like
Mhm.
up top. And Munson's like he's solid. It's like it's a weird thing. Like he has off days, obviously, but
I see. I think one of the problems is I think he's solid, but I think a back four would do him better because
I almost
he's
think
one of
so,
those
too.
players that gets weaker the more you ask of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if his job is to literally just defend, basically,
Yeah.
I think he can do it.
I feel like our team would be a lot better if we kind of go away from the thing that made Nancy Ball so entertaining, which is an open field, right?
Yeah.
With that style of play. I feel like this roster would be better if we made the field smaller at each position. Like Matt said with a 4-3-3.
Yeah, put three
I
center
like
mids
it.
in there. One is a DM.
Has Rudstrom played 4-3-3 a lot? Or
So from what I saw, he has played a he calls it a back five, a back three, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
He has played a 4-2-3-1 and a 4-3-3.
Yeah, see, it's
he's not- it
doable.
doesn't- from his time at Malmo, it didn't seem like he was afraid to change the formation as needed.
So
But,
Nate, me and
yeah.
Matt were talking earlier though, and Matt said something though, because I think I brought up like why wouldn't he just try and do what he's doing, like wants to do, and you brought up the fact that it doesn't feel like he might like trust the players to
Oh, yeah,
actually
yeah.
like do it. I think we gotta. I almost think he has to try though. If again, I think after results, I think we give ourselves time. If he wants to try and keep meshing an old formation with his style, well, I mean, he's gonna have to learn somehow. But it's like if it's 5, 6, 7, okay, you gotta start being like, all right, we just have to play the way that I need us to play.
Yeah.
So
There was talk last year when we weren't starting some players, and I heard people in the stands were like, "Oh, I wonder what they look like in practice." I'm like, I don't know. We've never seen them in a game. Like,
Yeah,
you practice how you play, but like, what does this guy do when he has Zinkernagel in front of him?
right,
You never know because he never saw the field.
Yeah.
right.
Meanwhile, he's being paired up with an MLS NEXT Pro guy in training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the theory behind some of the roster decisions I just don't understand.
This is not a huge rant or anything, but we, in my opinion, have a very good academy. I feel like we bring up players who have a lot of potential, whether that's Will Trapp or Sean Zawaski, Aiden Morris. We had Matt Lampson. Even like Phil Quinton, when he was coming up, he looked like he had something, and he's still playing it on the MLS squad right now.
He's starting too, isn't he? He's a starter.
I don't watch RSL. I don't know.
I think he starts on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have guys: Tristan Brown, Owen Prestis, Chase Adams, Philip Quinton, even guys who are still in the team like Chris Rogers or like a Lapkiz, or like there's a ton of guys. But I don't feel like we're. I mean, even like Maraca and Habrun, even like we're not giving them the chance to grow. Like what position does Habrun play?
I don't really know.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Like,
what is he listed as, a midfielder, as a general statement?
I don't know, but like
attacker as a general statement. I don't know.
for me, the way his profile for me is he would be really good in the middle of the like as a number 10 in a 4-2-3.
Yeah, almost like a second striker type of
Yeah.
player.
But
So
we don't play
Fatmob
with
has
that.
him listed. Fatmob has him listed as a center mid with his other positions as attacking mid and striker.
Has
Yeah,
he ever played
like
striker for us? Like as the legit
no,
striker, like the target guy? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. At least I don't remember.
No, but I don't feel like these players are put in positions to grow as pros. And I think honestly Trapp and Morris in our whole history have been the only two guys that are like these are like top players in the league
Mm-hmm.
at their times. Like Trapp now he's kind of a serviceable guy. He's still a starter in Minnesota, but and he's like what 33 now, 32 something like that.
Yeah, but they're not asking him to be that guy anymore. So
Yeah, but like in his prime in Columbus, he was a lock starter.
mhm.
Um, I don't. I mean, and of course there's Zawatsky who's captaining the team right now. Um, but there's not. There's. It feels like we should be doing a whole lot more to bring these guys up. Like New York is trusting their youth, and it's doing pretty well for them right now.
Didn't they just sign another young guy?
Yeah, they. I mean, Michael Bradley's just like I'm gonna play teenagers. I think
Mm-hmm.
the first two games of the season he played 3 players that were 17 or younger.
That's
And,
insane.
and they got on the score sheet. And
Yeah,
I don't even know if our players are good enough because we're not seeing them play.
I don't know what's this weird barrier to trusting young players though. Like, and not just for our team, just for like any team. It's like
Yeah.
a lot of the best players like started off super young, and then that's
Think
how
about
they
if
became insane eventually.
I would say
Like
think about if Barcelona was like we're not playing young players, we wouldn't even have seen Yamal play yet.
Messi wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have been the same level, probably.
Yeah.
He would be still good, but he wouldn't have been the same level. Got to play, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your career gets started when you're a kid. And then
Yeah.
most of the top players who have come through that we can probably name probably all started when they were like 16 or 17 and started getting chances and more chances and improving and then became top level players. Like, I just don't get there must be something else why people just decide, okay, I can't trust like these kids. Maybe they think they're not good enough, but I don't know. It just feels
Well,
weird to
then,
sign them to first team contracts and stuff and then be like,
And then
yeah,
not
go back
yeah.
and play with the crew too. like
and then on
okay.
top of that, like if you're not developing them well, like I don't want to develop a player and then send them away for cash. Like that's not. I don't like that theory behind
Yeah.
your academy.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're
The
not
Dortmund theory.
setting yourself up.
The Ajax
Yeah,
theory.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
yes,
at the
exactly.
very least, it's like now you're at least making money. It's like,
But
and
then
that's,
like
I
you're not
agree with you. I
even
don't like that either. But
you're not attracting
you,
other potential recruits to your academy
right.
because it's like if I can't either A get to the first team or B get transferred somewhere or at the very least get minutes on the first team, like I want to go to an academy that's going to get me that. Like I agree with
Right.
Matt that we have a good academy,
Mm-hmm.
but what's the longevity of that if we keep up this process?
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of like hampering a young player's like potential for no reason. Like it just
For all we
feels
know,
messed up.
all these guys have been signed to first team contracts aren't good enough. But then that's a
Yeah.
whole other thing. Or like, why are they signed in the first place then?
That
Yeah,
would be
that's my
crazy.
question. That is
Yeah.
my actual question. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
did you sign it just to prevent someone else from swooping in? But it's like, if you're not
What
going to
I
use him,
what I'm hoping it isn't is just the optics of look how many first team signings we have from our academy. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's a terrible.
yeah, so
I would not
I
like
mean,
that.
and it's not
I
the
would
exact
not be a
same thing,
fan.
but there was a thing in Europe for a while where they'd sign Americans just to say like, "Hey, Americans, watch our team now because we have an American on our team,"
Chelsea.
and
Mhm.
they wouldn't actually play them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they kind of do that with oh gosh, who was the guy that we had? Stefan.
Zach, are you talking? Oh, Which one?
Yeah, the goalkeeper that went
Zach Steffen,
to
yeah.
City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. City did that to him. And also Chelsea has done it to multiple players. Like it's
Chelsea's
just
done
like
it to. I mean, they did that with Miazga, Caleb Wiley, Selena. Like, yeah,
yeah.
it's just.
Oh,
It's a
speaking
lot
of, you mentioned his name, so I gotta say this because it's hilarious. That dude played 46
Miazga.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah, Miazga played 46 minutes
Yeah.
for FC Cincinnati 2.
Mhm.
Got a yellow card, and his rating was trash, and he was playing
Did you
against a
say
bunch of kids.
2?
yeah. He played. Well, he just came back
Yeah.
from a big injury, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't played
well,
in 6 months, so I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But also, it's funny that he got a yellow card 7 minutes in. It's like, dude, why
Yeah.
are you beating up children?
He probably hit. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna stop
We
talking.
all already know it, but he is one of the most unlikable players in the league.
Yeah,
and
I do.
think-
I do not like it.
I know some Cincinnati fans might try to push back on that, but even they know it.
No,
He's not.
they can't defend. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not gonna make this a thing.
He's
Just
just not
stop me
a
from
No, no.
talking.
He's
Move on to
unlikable.
something else.
Okay, 2 more things before we wrap up, because we're hitting an hour right now.
Yeah.
If there's one matchup between a Nashville and a Crew player that you think will be really important, what is the matchup? Even if it's just position
Ooh.
for position.
It's probably gonna be something like Zawadzki,
Nate's
Mukhtar,
laughing at himself.
Surridge. So here's the thing: I could say Zawadzki at any player because he like goes
He's-
everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He stops
yeah.
things, but so there's gonna be Zawadzki, Surridge, Mukhtar, Moreira, Surridge, Mukhtar, Schulte, Surridge, Mukhtar. Basically, what I'm saying is we're getting attacked,
Schulte versus
and
Surridge.
we
Yeah.
must stop. We must stop. No.
Yeah.
Nate, why are you? What is? I have to know what you're thinking, Nate.
Schulte versus a lower right shot off speed. That is the most important matchup on Saturday.
Yeah, Schulte. Yeah.
Mine is Nahar versus Arfston.
Ooh, that'd be
Is that
crazy
how you
too.
say his name?
Nahar, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I learned something today. Thank you.
You know, he's actually been in the league for like 20 years.
Well, I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff, so
No, it's not that long, but he's been in the league for a while. Yeah.
if I were to give a serious answer, it'd probably be I'm gonna say Mukhtar and Surridge against Moreira and Camacho. Like if our center mid break or if our center defense breaks down again, then they're gonna have a field day.
Hey, I have a quick thing, actually, sort of about the last game, but like Zawadzki in the midfield for me was not it. At least that last game, it was not.
It wasn't great.
I will say that. I will say
It wasn't.
that.
I wouldn't say it was bad, but I was expecting more out of him.
It was almost borderline bad. I'll just say that. It was like it wasn't like because I think when we watch Zawadzki play, we can see that he is trying to do the right things always, and he typically does. It's just almost a little bit lost that game, and I was very.
He's like, wait, I'm in the
did
midfield
not
again?
help.
Yeah.
And I think that on top of knowing that he's the leader on the team might have also been a little bit much.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he gets moved around wherever they need him, so it's like,
Yep.
you know, I kind of get it if he was sort of bad early on, but I really hope that at least like if they, I almost feel like he needs to start playing one position, and they just need to stick him there and not move him around too much. But that was just my final thought about Zawadzki. But he's going to be chasing down Mukhtar and Surge.
Yeah. Nate, you had something to say? I had one more question before we wrap up, but you look like you want to say something.
No, go ahead and ask your question, then we'll touch on the last thing.
Okay. Score prediction.
I wish you didn't
I
ask me
think-
this.
That every preview, got to get it.
2-0 Nashville.
Yeah, I don't think we score. I
I'm going.
think I'm going to go the same. I think I'm going 2-0 also, Nashville. I almost went less generous to us. It's like
I think the home crowd
4-0.
kind of pushes it from a Crew loss to a Crew tie.
We do like it is hard for us to completely lose at home, but
Yeah, we're a pretty
yeah,
solid home team.
this team though, I don't know, man. This
Yeah.
Nashville team,
But
I'm like,
I think we draw this game again. I would love to see us just have this be a turnaround game and we knock 4-1 on them or something.
Gazdag hat trick. That would be amazing.
By the way,
That would
did
be
you
the
hear
best day.
the bet that me and Brian have?
No,
So if Gazdag scores a hat trick this season, I'm buying a Gazdag jersey for him.
I will also just buy one. I will just buy one. And you won't even see me wearing this Arfson one anymore. I'll be wearing Gazdag forever.
Yeah. Sorry, Nate, you had one more thing?
Yeah, so today, Cleveland Pro Soccer announced the identity of their next pro team that is going to start next season. So we have Forest City Cleveland. They're going to start play, and I think the new stadium is supposed to be done by next year.
Yeah.
But they're going to start play spring of 27. So that's kind of cool for the Ohio soccer community as a whole, to have an independent next pro team.
2 negative things. And I mentioned
Can I say one positive after your negative?
Yeah. One, okay. Their FCC.
Yes.
Which, yeah. 2, they've got a similar tree thing to Austin. And so the 2 teams I don't like, they've got some little connections with. And
yeah, but they have a real reason for all that stuff.
They do. And that's what Jay said in the chat too. Is like, at least there's a reason that we have a tree versus, or that they have a tree versus Austin. But yeah,
I will say this though. The one positive is, I don't know if you guys remember the conspiracy theories I was having about
the crew
team
moving.
Yeah, at least maybe if this Cleveland team somehow generates enough revenue, all that stuff, and becomes a pro team one day, it might block any talk of this ever again of Columbus moving to Cleveland and becoming the Browns Columbus team. I don't even know. But yeah.
I'm not gonna throw that into the air. But
it's already been there.
I'm not a Cleveland sports fan, but it's good to see the sport growing in the state. Yeah.
Triple rivalry. Yeah, it's what will they call like the rivalry between
Columbus?
I wonder what. Like what would you call the rivalry?
Yeah. See, that's the weird thing is like you got it's USL versus Next Pro, but you got the Chattanooga rivalry, and it's like real.
Yeah.
And like a part of me feels like, can you even have a rivalry at Next Pro level if you're a reserve team?
I mean, Scott Heck is plausible.
That's true.
Yeah, but even then, the name is like unserious.
Yeah. I mean,
but you
got Heckle at 2-2 games.
So I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, this summer with the World Cup break, if you like soccer and you're interested, check out USL 2. Check out Next Pro games. Check out I don't even know. Check out whatever US league is not on break during the World Cup, because there's probably a local team playing within an hour drive of you.
Yep. We got anything else before I wrap this up?
No, send it home.
Yep. Games this weekend, it's 6:15, not 7:30. So don't miss the first half of the game, thinking it's a 7:30 game.
That would suck.
If you're in Columbus, go to the game. Every time there's a game in Columbus, if you're in Columbus, go to the game. I will be watching from Tennessee. Listen to the podcast and wherever you like to listen to podcasts. We're everywhere. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on Audible. We're on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, wherever.
YouTube.
If you want to see our faces, we're on NSN and YouTube. We are everywhere on social media. Basically, if there's a decent-sized social media platform, we have a page on there. So follow us there to keep track of everything that's going on. And until then, go Crew. Hopefully next time we are talking about a Crew win over Nashville. Until then, peace.
Podcast.